Pause for a second. Look at yourself. There are no filters, no comparisons. Just observe. Do you feel like you're aging more slowly than everyone else? Or perhaps without even trying? You began to appear younger, felt lighter, and moved differently. You've heard others say it. You appear younger every time I see you. Perhaps you have noticed that your skin is clearer and your eyes are brighter. You will notice that it feels more refreshing. Here is the thing. This is not about anti-aging treatments or miraculous diets. This is authentic and vibrant. What's happening to you is what most people overlook when discussing aging. Your spiritual awakening is reversing your age. Not only on the surface, but deep inside your biology, neural system, emotional body, and, most importantly, your energy field. And it's occurring faster than you realize. In this video, we'll look at why this happens, how it manifests in your body, and the powerful, energetic signals that your spiritual awakening is delaying, stopping, or even reversing the aging process, often without you ever knowing it. These aren't theories. These are delicate realities revealed via genuine adjustments, not fiction or spiritual bypassing. What happens when your soul begins to take the lead? Let we begin. Have you noticed how your face has softened recently? Not just better, but lighter, as if the stress had evaporated. It's as if your eyes no longer carry the same weight they once did. That is not a coincidence. That is the last release of emotional residue from your system. Most individuals age as a result of unresolved emotional load rather than time. Grief is crammed down, anger swallowed. Guilt can last for decades. Everything accumulates until it becomes visible on the outside. However, as waking occurs, your emotional body experiences a cleanse. You cry more often than normal. You feel waves of melancholy before they pass. You remember things you forgot. You were still holding on. It's not enjoyable, but it's sacred. Your body responds immediately. Facial stress relaxes the eyes, clears the skin, and allows you to breathe again. Emotions and looks are inextricably linked, contrary to popular belief. When you are emotionally inhibited, your face holds it. When you feel emotionally liberated, the face lets it go. This is the underlying reason why so many individuals on a spiritual journey appear to glow while doing nothing to their skin. It's because their emotional body isn't frozen anymore. It's flowing, and that fluidity restores vitality to the face. This is not cosmetic. It's an energetic biology. One of the most significant and underappreciated variables influencing how we mature is our beliefs about aging. Most individuals navigate life with a subconscious accord. When I obtain this number, I'm meant to feel sleepy, quit dreaming, or give up specific activities. And how do you believe that belief affects the body? It can program itself. Begin to follow the script, and your thoughts will dictate your posture, sluggishness, and energy levels. Your interest diminishes not because your body fails you, but because your intellect has already informed your body. It is time to slow down. However, when you experience spiritual awakening, you begin to doubt the script. You stop saying things like, "Well, I am getting older," and instead say, "Why not? Who says I cannot?" That small mental change has far-reaching repercussions since your energy field does not follow time. When you begin to disconnect from the communal chronology, it is followed by belief. When you stop counting years and instead focus on how you feel, your vibration will settle in a new way. You no longer age according to the years that have passed, but rather by the alignment obtained. People begin to notice something odd about you. They can't put their finger on it, but your enthusiasm isn't appropriate for your age. You aren't acting younger. You just don't feel the gravity that comes with being attached to a number. And this shift has an impact on your biology, immune system, hormones, and even the pace at which your skin repairs itself. It's all a response because you stopped aging energetically, and the body always prioritizes energy. Most people are unaware of how closely aging is tied to the neurological system, especially when your body is in fight or flight. Cortisol becomes a chronic hormone, And while beneficial in the short term, it is poisonous. When overproduced, it degrades.
Muscle cause inflammation in the skin, shorten télomère, and promote cellular death.
Stress aging is one of the most common unacknowledged reasons of premature aging in today's environment. But here's what happens during a spiritual awakening. Your nervous system, which has been operating in survival mode for years, begins to relax.
You breathe more slowly. You feel more secure in your physique.
You are no longer anticipating an assault. Every second, you cease being on edge. This is significant because your nervous system enters parasympathetic dominance, which is a condition of rest, digestion, and repair. Your body finally starts to mend. Your digestion improves, your sleep deepens, and your heart rate decreases. Most significantly, your cells begin to repair themselves more quickly than they do. Great. That's when age reversal begins to occur. Not in a wonderful, spectacular way, but gradually, quietly, genuinely.
You see seeing new lines in the mirror.
Your body retains hydration longer. Inflammation decreases biological indicators of age, causing them to stabilize or even reverse. This is what it looks like to transition from a body that is surviving to one that is thriving, and it all starts with the most basic yet rare experience in today's world.
Feeling safe?
Let us be honest. Some individuals age you energetically rather than physically. They are continually unloading on you. They want you to hold space, solve their issues, and be an emotional buffer. And you most likely did so for years without questioning or setting boundaries. And you gradually sensed yourself vanishing. You lost vitality, joy, and all of that in a single spark. You started sleeping more and felt less refreshed. You observed dark circles, slow digestion, and a weight you couldn't explain. You probably blamed yourself. However, when you're continuously regulating the emotional energy of others, your own body suffers. Spiritual awakening begins to disrupt this dynamic. You start seeing trends. You understand how much vitality is being drained from you without replenishing. And, most significantly, you start to move away. You stop explaining. Stop attempting to save those who are unwilling to recover. Stop lighting yourself on fire in order to keep others warm. When this happens, your life energy is unexpectedly restored. It shows up in your body. You feel lighter. Sleep helps your vision. Stop appearing so exhausted all the time. Your posture becomes more upright. You quit reaching for coffee simply to get through the day. This is no coincidence. When you remove energy drains, your body no longer has to compensate for the imbalance and can fully regenerate. And that is one of the most powerful age reversal events of your awakening. There is a quiet battle. Most individuals fight for several decades. The battle with their bodies.
You consume something and feel guilty. You skip your workout. Punish yourself.
You look in the mirror and determine your value depending on how disciplined you have been. This pressure causes chronic stress, which manifests in your face, intestines, joints, and energy. However, spiritual awakening causes a significant shift.
It gets you back in touch with your body. Not a command. Not controlling the discourse.
You start wondering, what do I actually need right now? You stop eating because it is time. Start eating because you're hungry. You quit exercising as a punishment and cease moving.
Tout feel pleasant.
You stop counting, measuring, and micromanaging your body and instead listen to it. And your body appreciates you for that. Because for the first time in years, I feel safe. Not pushed. Not penalized. Just stung. This safety feature helps your hormones to regulate.
It reduces inflammation. It balances the intestinal flora.
Your metabolism controls itself spontaneously.
Your sleep deepens.
Your mood stabilizes. And your body starts to alter. Alignment, not willpower, is what drives this. You don't simply lose weight. You eliminate the energy load of self-rejection. And when that small area in your body manifests itself, it is tranquil and vibrant. It looks a lot like youth. Most individuals are unaware of the violence in their connection with their own mirror. They glance in the mirror and quickly notice defects, lines, wrinkles, and blemishes. They speak to themselves in ways that they would never say to a buddy. And the frequent judgment triggers stress pathways in the brain. Your body reads self-criticism as an emotional threat and responds appropriately. Its heightened muscles, decreased immune response, and elevated cortisol. This is the biological response to the energy of self-projection. But spiritual awakening alters the situation. You begin to view your reflection as something separate, imperfect yet genuine. You no longer attack or acknowledge your image.
You see your face à tel, a représentation of where you veux gone.
Not a penalty to be hated. In doing so, your nervous system relaxes. When your body no longer feels threatened by its own reflection, you physically begin to age differently. You can breathe easier. Your face has less stiffness.
Your jaw relax.
Your eyes become more open. Your presence becomes more stable. This is one of the most profound yet least discussed kinds of energy healing. When you stop criticizing your own reflection, your body starts to regenerate since your energy field is no longer in continual resistance. It is in harmony. And harmony is the ideal environment for cellular repair. This one is subtle, yet it cuts deep. Most individuals spend their lives overthinking, rehearsing, fretting, fixating, planning, and analyzing. They are always projecting forward or ruminating backward. And this circle perpetuates stress. Even when they are sitting quietly, their mind is rushing, and the body never receives the information. You can now rest, but waking disrupts the loop. You started sensing your breath and your surroundings the instant you stopped drawing your energy out. Imagine airy futures and unsolved pasts, then return to your body. This movement may appear little, yet it demands everything. When you live in present, your stress hormones decrease considerably. You become more productive, less reactive, and more creative. Your body starts to trust you again, and you stop aging from the inside out. Because presence is not only spiritual. It's a chemical. It is regenerating your cells. I'm not being told to prepare for war any longer. They are being told to fix. And, more than any product or treatment, this is what actually reverses aging.
The time you quitte ignoring this moment.
Let's speak about something that quietly robs you of years of responsiveness. The majority of individuals spend their whole day reacting to emails, news, other people's moods, traffic, criticism, and expectations. Their energy is always in response mode, and once you react, your body enters a little stress cycle. Your heart rate increases.
Your breathing get shallower.
Your muscles stiffen. Your ideas hurry up. It may just last a few seconds, but if you react 20 to 50 times every day, your system never fully returns to equilibrium. You exist in a condition of energy leakage throughout time. That takes its toll. You feel older, fatigued, and worn out not because your life is more difficult, but because your body is depleting its life energy just attempting to emotionally survive each contact. However, waking produces something wonderful. It shows you how to pulse. You cease to be both a reaction and a presence. You do not quickly react to the communication. You do not take things personally. You add space between the trigger and the answer. That is space. That's where energy conservation starts. You cease guarding your tranquility by awareness rather than effort. You understood that not everything required your response. Not all invitations require acceptance. Not every point of view is worth listening to. This change permits your energy to stabilize. When you live from response rather than reaction, your body maintains coherence for extended periods of time. The nervous system relaxes. Your emotions remain under control, and your essential energy remains inside you rather than being spread in all directions. This internal steadiness is evident on the outer. You appear calmer and more luminous. People wonder how you keep so collected. And the answer is not a hidden approach. It is that you cease allowing the world to dictate your frequency. You stopped reacting and began resonating. And that resonance represents youthful feeling. You were never designed to deteriorate at the rate the world predicted. You were never intended to lose your spark with each passing year. What truly defines this age is not time. It involves emotional repression, spiritual imbalance, and energy distortion. But now you're shifting.
Your soul is moving progress.
Your nervous system is softening. Your energy field is returning to coherence. You are not lying about your age. You're merely reverting to the body's original condition, which it always desired. One of clarity, calm, and agreement.
And when you live in harmony, your body does not age in the way it rejects. It sparkles.
It recalculates. You become live proof. Not because you are preoccupied with appearing youthful, but because you have rediscovered how to live completely.